welcome back. I am LotusMaje. If you are new here, welcome. Come on in, grab a seat, here's some tea, and enjoy the vibes. You see the thumbnail, you see the title of this video. So today, we are doing a reading on Saweetie. This was also a requested video by Alicia Briscoe. So thank you, Alicia, for the recommendation. This was, of course, following my Quavo reading, which you can see linked in the up here, the iCard. I'll link that there for you all if you want to see it. It will also be at the end of this video as well, so you can kind of just dive right into it if you want to, if you're ready. With that being said, I'm really interested in why Saweetie got into this relationship with YG of all people. I just had to say that. Not YG of all people. No. I hate that for her. Anyways, but kind of just seeing where it's gonna happen with this new EP probably that she just put out, her relationship with YG, and kind of like where she's going in the future. I wish Saweetie would kind of, me personally, I don't think she's a really good rapper. I think she needs to hang that up. I think she would probably be good as a good, I think she would do better if she was like a talent scout for the industry. I think she has put a lot of good people on or shouted a lot of like female rappers out that have now grown into being people that we listen to or that a lot of people support. So I think she would probably be better as a talent scout and maybe doing stuff with like around marketing for a lot of these up and coming rappers. I don't think she needs to be a rapper herself, me personally. The way things have kind of been going for her. But that's my personal opinion. But let's see what's coming up with these cards. With that being said, before we get into this reading, I do have to issue a disclaimer that I am a tarot channel. The cards, don't give it away. I do tarot readings. So take it with a grain of salt, what I'm stating, because you should not be leaning on tarot for any professional advice. You should not be using it to make or break a decision for you. Consult with who you need to, especially yourself, as a professional on any matters regarding this. Because yeah, that's just not what this is. If you're someone who gets irritated with divination, tarot, astrology, anything like that, now is your time to click off. Do not want to keep you here. Thank you for the view, but we're going to proceed without you. Thank you. Hope you find something else on YouTube that you enjoy. With all of that being said, let's get into this. Let's see what comes up for Saweetie. At first, I thought this was the Four of Wands, and I was about to scream. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, Malika of Cups. She is Cancer. And then she also has the Princess of Wands. And what is the underlying energy? Justice. Is there going to be Justice, Two of Cups, and then the Nine of Wands in reverse? So is there going to be some vindication that's going to come out soon about one of her past relationships or something with this Two of Cups? The Nine of Wands, something she let go and moved on from. Is it somebody who's an earth sign? A Mirror of Dis. And then the Empress. Yeah, to me, just with this Justice or the Kadi here, it just feels like there's going to be some kind of vindication coming up for her on her part from some past incident. I want to say it's probably a relationship. With the Six of Wands here, I think she's riding high. You have the Victory card. I wonder if she's feeling okay in the direction that she's going in with this EP or in her career, maybe in her love life as excuse me, in her love life as well. This just feels like drunk on a high kind of energy. All of this just feels like I'm riding a high. I'm drunk off of it. I like it. I'm probably getting positive responses and things like that from this EP. So or at least people are talking about it. And this also could, something about this also reads like it may be about that whole Barbie world uh, little incident with her and Nikki. Do want to point out Princess of Wands, Malika of Cups. This could be Sweetie, that could be Nikki, but I didn't initially get that, but yeah. Let's see. Are we gonna get? Can we get some clarity? Sorry about that brief intermission there. For you, it won't look like anything, but I had to do something with the dog. He's being needy again. But anyways, okay, so hmm, honey. What can you I will say one thing. I think Sweetie needs to watch her ego and temperament. Not saying that, she needs to come down a peg, but I think somebody gonna try to serve her a piece of humble pie, and she should be careful. Okay. Yep, freedom. Cunning, freedom, and courage. Like somebody is gonna try to get her in a moment where she's like riding the high. This cunning energy with the fox is a little concerning. I'm just reading the book to kind of like go into it. So yeah, like I said, somebody's gonna try to lure her into something here. So the shadow of this card, which means it's in reverse, may warn you to be careful of those who manipulate you or use their words to make you question yourself. So yeah, and then we also have the freedom card here in reverse. I think she needs to be careful that her ego doesn't have her walk into something. It's basically like her hubris, which is essentially the same thing as ego. Hopefully, this energy that she's riding into, it doesn't get her locked into something where somebody is going to just kind of like use her and she's stuck cleaning up the pieces, essentially. Something tells me, and I will be completely honest in saying it could just be my bias, but something tells me that she needs to be careful and very aware about YG. Yeah, I said it. Whatever his name is. I think she needs to be very careful in dealing with him with this narwhal energy here or freedom, because the shadow card of this, when you're reading like the shadow energies, it's kind of like, yeah, you walked into a trap of your own making, especially with like this trickster, this cunning energy here. Like somebody's gonna make her feel like like somebody gonna hype her up and make her feel good and stuff with this Leo and stuff. Make her feel like she has everything she needs, and then she has the cunning. So beware of tricksters. And then with the freedom, it'll be snatched from you if you're not careful. And I think it's also a thing of like, I think she's in this period in her life where she's feeling closed off. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Quavo was like allegedly looking at how she spoke about him, how she spoke so highly about him. I think he was the big love of her life. And I think because after such a heartbreak and humiliation and stuff like that, I think she is experiencing a moment where she's kind of like closing herself off from people. And I think in doing so and like closing off her heart, which she is a Cancer, don't do that. Don't close off your heart. Now you're going to start living in that shadow energy where you start becoming manipulative and cold and angry and stuff about, emotionally manipulative. Like, don't do that. You're a Cancer. You're all emotion babes. Like, it's okay. You're ruled by the moon. So just embrace that about yourself. And I think she just needs to be careful that she doesn't try to lean too hard into kind of like not listening to her heart or her intuition about things. And I think this where she's gonna walk into a trap, because I feel like something is gonna warn her, whether it's herself, a friend, her intuition, whatever it may be, is gonna warn her about what she's doing right now, and she just can't hear it because of her heart. Peace among the thorns, right? I get two more cards, spirit, and the energy surrounding the. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I have one card that fell on the floor. 1 second. Perchance to dream. Can I get one more card source on what's coming up in series? What did I say? So, anyways, forgetting oneself and perchance to dream was the other two cards that I pulled here. And we also have a peaceful among the thorns in reverse. So, of course, as I was speaking to earlier with the cunning and the freedom, her being out of alignment with herself, being closed off, the forgetting oneself resonates with that for me as well. But it also speaks to kind of like, yeah, basically trying to be something that you're not. Like, I think she's trying to move like, I think right now she's at a point in her life where she's making choices that aren't really her, that don't really resonate with her spiritually. And I think it's kind of like throwing her off, or it's blocking some things for herself, it's blocking some blessings for her. And then also with the perchance to dream here, yeah, it kind of reads like elusive energy or head in the clouds, um, ignoring what's right in front of you, not wanting to realize what's right in front of you, or not wanting to deal with what's right in front of you, what's really going on with you emotionally. But yeah, she's in a big stage of denial, and I think the denial is more so an emotional denial about herself, and maybe even her purpose. Because like I said, I think many people have told her like, you just, at least publicly, I know a lot of people in the public stratosphere has told Sweetie like, hey girl, stop rapping and just focus on, I don't know, marketing, because she's like a whiz with that. But I think for whatever reason, she just doesn't want to do that. It could be that. It could also be the fact that things about her relationship, and it could be things about herself. I think if, Sweetie, if you're watching this is a warning to you. I think you need to reevaluate. Oh, look at that. Black flower fragrance. Trying to be something you're not, essentially. Trying to live in a fantasy land. trying to cover yourself in something you don't want to be. And then we also have guilt and regret in reverse underneath. Calling the storm. I would say this is a warning to her to that a lot of the choices and stuff like that that she's making right now, she needs to be very careful. And if she can, she probably needs to undo some of the damage that she has done because right now she's operating off of hurt. I guess you can kind of say I think right now she's operating off of being emotionally hurt, hurt ego or hurt hubris, and I think she's like yeah, I'm a rub elbows with the dark energy right now because this is where I am energetically. Then she also has secret for her underlying card, protects and create. And you see how all of these come up in reverse. Intentions, like it's very low vibe, sweetie. It's very low vibe, sweetie. Like get it together. Let's see. What is this low vibration coming from? Where's this low vibrations stemming from for sweetie? Why is this also low vibrational? Okay, okay. These two want to come. Oop, what I say? It's something she still hasn't moved on from, and I'm inclined to believe it's quavo. And I think she hasn't done the proper healing from some things in her past. And when I mean proper healing, I mean actually taking time to reevaluate to make sure she doesn't make those mistakes again. Because here we go with the Malika of Swords and then the Ace of Wands. Because in her choice to just be like, and what's the underlying energy? Eight of this. What he looking at in the background? I wish, I hope, I pray. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons. Let me stop. She has the Eight of this and the Three of Cups. So this low vibrational energy for me just feels like yes, there's some evaluation that she was supposed to be doing, some healing maybe that she was supposed to be doing that she didn't really want to do. And instead of like leaning into the transformation and everything that she was supposed to be doing, somewhat letting her head take place where it needs it to, but it being reinforced by her heart's desires, she kind of just was like, no, F that. Because she tapped into being cold hearted instead of dealing with the emotional trauma. And something about embarrassment seems to come up too. Ooh, I feel like she kind of is running from something she's embarrassed about. But I think she's trying to put on a front, a happy face, like, oh, I'm not embarrassed about it. Like, it is what it is. Okay, okay, so these want to come out as well. Determination and energy. And the underlying card, instinct, transform. Didn't I say it was some kind of transformation she was supposed to have been letting take place, and she didn't? Because maybe she was feeling drained. And with this Pisces and energy, so yeah, I think she's running from something she's embarrassed about. And it could be something similar with like maybe her family was talking about her, or maybe she's falling out with some family, or she's on the outs with certain family members. But maybe she felt like she couldn't go to her family, or she was embarrassed to tell them because maybe somebody was like told you so, and it just makes her feel depleted. And she's trying to, you see, like it's like the bee, not the bee, bird here is kind of like trying to zap energy from like the moon, that emotional pool. I was emotionally drained here, like yes, I was emotionally drained from everything, and so now I'm gonna live in my with my head's in the cloud with this Pisces energy. I'm gonna refuse to deal with it. I'm embarrassed, so I'm just gonna pretend like it didn't happen. I'm gonna make up my own world. Very Kim Kardashian of her. Which, by the way, you should see my reading on Kim Kardashian. Okay, we have down a read, literally. Downcast pride. Ooh, she got her walls up. Sweetie, tap into your emotions, girl. Be hurt. Go through their process. And I mind you, these fell on the floor, but because they didn't fall on the table, I'm not counting it. But atonement, and is this me? No, it's not you. You are not atoning for it. You are not healing. You are not tapped into your emotions. You are not the queen of your world. Because that was the underlying card. But let's see what else is gonna come up here. Source, I just need 2 cards and then we're gonna wrap this up. Why, sweetie? Yep. Mm-hmm. Temple. Yep, it's something about her sexual history or her romantic history. Maybe something she's done. Maybe it's body alterations. I don't know. Allegedly, something she is struggling with when it comes to her body for sure. She probably feels disgusted about, embarrassed about, and the child I was meant to be. Hmm. So the child I was meant to be is one thing that's throwing me off. So let's see here what the book says. Ooh, did I grab the wrong book? Yes, I did, child. Yeah, again. So what it says over here is stage and acceptance. It says, there is a little darkness in this card, in the card of connection with ourselves, okay? So many times it feels like a dream. Remember, she had perchance to dream. She also had the Piscean card. It's fleeting, uncertain, and yet clear. The moment you close your hand to grasp it, it turns into fairy light and disappears, but it remains as a lingering smell, an ephemeral feeling of light and peaches and blossom. It is faith, it is hope, it is a warm song on the other side of the forest of smoke and mirrors. We can be whole again, we can be pure again, we can be happy again, no matter what we did. She's embarrassed about something. We can. Just know this is a gift of light among the cruel darkness. It brings no road, sometimes no solace, but it can become a seed of hope, a wind of change, a place of safety in the storm, even if it's gone. Then she also has something about calling in the storm, fall apart. Sweetie, this reading is for you. Fall apart. Face the embarrassment. Take control of the narrative. Move the freak on, tap into your emotions, cry about it, be about it. Stop trying to act like you a bad girl, because that's kind of like what it feels like you're trying to be a bad girl or a bad bee. And it's like, okay, you are a bad bitch when it comes to your emotions, not how you carry and go about yourself. Like, you can be a bad bitch about, nope, I am emotional, I didn't like that, I was played, I'm embarrassed, this and that, I own up to it and move forward. Oh, maybe I shouldn't probably be doing this, but it's what I'm really passionate about, so I'm gonna stick to it until I feel like I just can't do it no more. Like, sweetie, it's okay. Growing pains. And I think she just don't want to admit that she was hurt, she was played, she's embarrassed. Maybe she thinks it's gonna make her look weak or vulnerable or bad or something like that in some type of way, and she just needs to own up to it. Yep, that's what I'm getting. And I think with this next album, yes, or EP, because she's pretty much been putting out EPs. I think with this next musical collection that she's putting out, I think yes, you if you a real Sweetie fan, some of this will not feel like it's her. Um, because at this point, I think she's like sacrificing her emotional satisfaction um in order to prove that she can make it in something. She's like, okay, well, I can't. It doesn't seem like I'm having good luck or good success on this in this particular field or part of my life. So let's see if I can do something with this part of my life. Maybe if I connect with the right people or do this, or if I change this, or if I stop being emotional, or if I stop doing this, it maybe I could potentially break through. If I can go around being let me not say it. If I can go around being a witch to everybody, and they seem to like that better than me just being, oh, nice sweetie. Because I think that could be a thing too, of like people just didn't play her in the past. It feels like kind of not giving her props when due. People kind of like using her, because again, people just taking advantage of your heart, your kindness, and they taking it for weakness. Maybe her and Selena Gomez should do a collaboration. I think that would be good. They're both cancers, right? I think that would be a good mix. That would probably have you down in the pit somewhere. I don't know how it would sound, but whatever. And so I think she's struggling with that. And I think once she gets over that, once she comes to term with the emotion, with the embarrassment, with whatever emotion she's struggling with processing, I think she'll do just fine. I think she also probably needs to mind the people that she's surrounded with, because I think she's somebody who probably picks up on people's energies a lot. Um, and she kind of she it feels like she try to conform, or yeah, conform to kind of like, oh, hey girl, like she's not judgmental or whatever, but it just feels like she's like the type of person that's like, oh, well, I'm with this particular group of women, so I need to change or address how I am. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's the time and the place for everything, literally. So yeah, I think sometimes people can pick up that she's probably like trying too hard, or it's not really her. Like she's authentic, but I think I don't know, say like I feel like she can be genuine and authentic, but if for some reason certain things about her people pick up on. And yeah, y'all cancers are struggling in the industry, ain't y'all? Chloe, Sweetie, Selena, who's another one? Y'all going through it. Um, but yes, I hope Sweetie finds the healing. I hope she confronts this emotional deliberation that she's going through. This really embarrassment is like the biggest thing that's coming up for me, and is making her closed off. She's wanting to change. She's no longer wanting to be tapped into her emotions. She like closing herself off and building up these walls, and she doesn't need to be. I also wonder if there's something, because something about the freedom and the family coming up in reverse. I wonder if she's like really isolated from her family right now. Like, is she on the outs with her family? Does anybody know? Because I feel like there's something else that's coming up in here too, and that could be contributed to why she's feeling like emotionally closed off. So, like, maybe her family doesn't accept what she's doing, and they just need to like kind of like just be there for her for when she falls, and just accept her, let her do her. Because obviously she really likes rapping, or she really likes being this like this celebrity that she is, and she hasn't walked away from it yet, and she's been out since what 20, maybe 16, 17, maybe something like that. So she hasn't walked away from it yet, so obviously she's pretty adamant about it. Just let her just be supportive and be there for her when she falls. That's all you can really do sometimes. Yes, it could be painful to watch somebody go through this process that especially when you're trying to protect your kids and they're trying to get into these places where you kind of know, or you have a belief about what they have to give up in order to get there. But sometimes you just kind of have to let kids fall on their own. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like this reading, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more readings like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see the next time I upload. I feel like something else want to come up with this, but if it comes through in the midst of me editing the video, I'll put it down in the comment section. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll see you all in the next one.